Cruise
Yes.
Show, Power 106, #1 for hip hop.
Hey now.
Cece wants to fight somebody. You feel me? If
You talk about Too Short, I'm gonna take off my earrings. I'm gonna fight you. I
why?
ride with Too
Why
Short.
is that? Why is that? Cece?
Because I bump Too Short. I'm a Too Short fan. What's my favorite word? You already know.
Bitch.
Say it like short, okay?
Yeah.
He
Too
knows. I
Short
love
is
my
on the
short,
cruise
though.
show. Too Short is
Yes.
back on the cruise show.
Yes,
My
he
God.
is.
Not to mention she does security for me.
That's
I do.
right. That's
I do
right.
at all the concerts. I do security. So, all them girls, I got to push them off. You know what I'm saying? Leave them alone. Don't come near them.
Cece, I speak for all of us in the room, or all the Latinos in the room, and all the Latinos across the world. Latinos love Too Short.
Absolutely.
Yo, that's a fact.
Absolutely.
Fact.
Yes,
Guess
we
what
do.
happened?
What's up?
This summer, I performed at my first Mexican wedding.
Shut
You
up.
did?
Are you serious?
Nobody told me Mexican weddings were like a concert.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was like 5 live bands.
Damn.
Oh, that's a wedding.
The
wedding.
party went on all night.
And they drank and partied, didn't they? Hard.
Was there a fight? Was there a fight?
Probably the chicks. They were like real aggressive. But,
Yeah.
but
Sounds like Mexican girls.
Yeah.
it was my man up in the Bay. He's the tortilla king. He's like, if you eat a tortilla in the Bay, I made it.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So he got that tortilla money, my G.
He really moving that dough.
He moving that dough, my guy.
That tortilla money, man, that they don't play. You know what I'm
Legendary,
saying?
man. Too Short is here. You're on tour.
I'm involved in a couple of tours right now. But
Dog, that's insane, right? So how do you juggle all these tours?
well, it's not the kind of tour where you jump on the bus and don't come home for 2 months.
Got it.
It's like a lineup of artists, and we're doing like what I call spot dates, but it's a lot of them. So
Yeah, man.
it's one run I'm doing with the Legends of the South, which is Juvenile and
Yup.
Scarface and
Oh, that's dope.
and who's on that show? 8 Ball, MJG,
Mm-hmm.
so a bunch of groups on that. And then I'm doing the West Coast version of that with like Snoop Dogg and Bone Thugs. There's a lot of little. It's the thing going on right now that's really dope. Is if you I think you guys kind of invented it.
What is it?
Or maybe K-Day invented it. That's our family, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Love,
K-Day is
all
family,
day.
yeah.
So with the old school
Appreciate
rappers,
that.
Oh, that's K-Day.
and then you put all these old school rappers on one show, and it sells out. So
Because you know why? 'Cause
K-Day
they
does an
did,
amazing job at
you know,
that,
Kings
man.
of the West is success, How the West is won.
exactly.
You know, so yeah, those listen, West Coast comes out to support their own, and we love it, and the music is just timeless. And
Absolutely.
it's good music.
Sold
now
out crowds,
the
too.
East
Sold
Coast
out
artists are
crowds.
Sold
doing
out crowds, you're right.
the East Coast artists are doing it too. You just line up some groups that used to be platinum back in the day, put them on
Right,
the same
right.
bill, and it sells out. So I'm enjoying it, man. It's fun.
Amazing. Drake came through the Bay Area. We see Too Short, E40, and Drake on stage.
Damn.
That's the way it needs to look.
Yes.
That's the way it needed to sound.
Well, Drake is he's a smart artist, man. He's really smart, and he really does the strategic moves with his guest appearances and stuff like that, bringing guys like me and E40 out in Oakland. I respect Drake.
It's very smart, right? Yo, my guy Short is obviously the youngest legend alive and has worked with so many legends. And for the Pimp tape, you come out swinging out the gate, my guy. You know what I mean? You're talking about, yo, I work with Pac, Big, Ask Jay-Z.
Yeah, ask him.
Light flex out the gate on the Pimp tape, right? Why is that important for you?
Well, I think that you have to make history. You know what I'm saying? You have to make your story be
Right.
known because somebody else will tell their version and it might not be the truth. So songs like Blow the Whistle, songs like Go Short Dog. I have another song that's called Pay Her. And you'll hear it soon on the album.
That's right.
Produced by Zaytoven. And
That's dope. Zaytoven's
it's just
dope.
like you gotta, when you accomplish things, you want people to acknowledge you and all that stuff, but that's not how I feel. I feel like you just take that hand and you reach over and pat yourself on the back and say good work.
Oh,
and
that's
keep on
right.
going. So I'm just patting myself on the back, just talking my ish.
Yo, quick story too. One night we're at a Legado 7 show,
Hey,
right?
hey.
Yeah.
Me and Leche, right? And they're like,
Did not know I was coming out.
No, right? And they're like, you guys are going to introduce Too Short. So we go out, introduce Too Short. Too Short doesn't come out, right?
What?
So we're looking around like, they were like, you got to go back out there and reintroduce Too Short. I'm like, we're introducing Too Short twice?
That was dope.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we went out there, Short walked out with ladies on his arm, and we got it Poppington, man.
Yeah, that's the night they had the Ferrari on stage.
Yeah. That was that night. It was that night.
Yeah, man.
Well, it wasn't a prop. It was an actual Ferrari.
No,
Yes,
it was a
actual
real
Ferrari,
Ferrari.
weed everywhere, and Latinos everywhere.
So have
That's
you heard?
dope.
You know they're on my album, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I heard that record.
Okay, good.
I was actually at the music video shoot.
Good.
I was at- it was at your-
Good. No,
at your
I'm
studio.
down with East Los.
Yo, Short, you came from selling tapes out of the trunk, right? Thousands of tapes out the trunk, right?
Thousands of them.
Absolutely. A lot has changed since. selling tapes out the trunk, right? For the better in hip hop or for the worst?
Well, I think metaphorically, it hasn't changed. Like
How so?
If social media, you still out the trunk, man. You still starting from nothing.
Right.
It's just a better platform than walking around the streets of Oakland with a paper bag. Because the in the trunk version was way later in the game.
Yeah.
Out the trunk, we really started on the bus with like a little bag of tapes, walking or jumping off of the bus stop and walking through the neighborhood selling tapes. We didn't get to the trunk for many years.
Wow.
That's crazy. I never knew that.
But I feel like it's still the same concept.
Same type of grind?
It's no, man. You remember when rappers used to, well, some of them still do it, used to stand in front of like grocery stores and shopping centers and try to get you to buy CDs?
Yep.
And just a side note, stop trying to get me to buy CDs. I don't even have a CD player anymore.
Yo, sell me a jump drive.
Hey, they still do it on Hollywood Boulevard.
Hollywood Boulevard, they pushing CDs.
Yeah.
And listen,
And don't give-
love to them, you know what I mean? They working, you know what I mean? They're trying to push their music and their,
Don't give Too Short your demo and say, I need a donation. Like, I'm immediately like,
yeah, that happens.
Not bumping
Like,
that.
it's yours, man, but if you want to donate to the cause, it's up to you. And it's like, oh, man, now you put me in a weird position.
But if you're on social media and you're trying to build your numbers up, it's no different than, being on foot on the street. It's just,
Right.
It's just a easier route.
It's just different now, right? Aren't you glad you were wrong about your retirement?
I never really retired.
I know,
never,
but prematurely, you said I'm done, and thank God you were wrong.
yeah, it's all in the numbers, man. I'm at those round numbers again too.
Really?
The round numbers are like that was album number 10. Now it's album number 20. Mm-hmm. And you just kind of get the feeling like 10 albums, I retire. I was 30 when I said that. It was all good numbers. 30 years old. I was like an old rapper back then.
Back then, right? Yeah, 30 was like,
1996, I was 30 and I was OG. It was like, man, you an old ass rapper.
Yeah, it's almost like playing a professional sport. Once you hit 30, it's like, okay, you got to do something now. You know what I mean?
So now I'm 52.
My man.
It's no retirement in sight. I'm not doing it, man.
I like that.
And I feel like anybody who's involved in hip hop has to agree. When the kids get older and the turntables get dusty, you still go over there and put your headphones on and still do it. You still pull out that drum machine and make beats, even though you're not selling them or whatever. It's in you. It's infectious. I think I don't think any rapper ever really stops being a rapper.
No,
Yeah.
I just think it's just because you're an artist in your own right.
I mean,
You know what
Hov tried it
Yeah.
as well. Jay-Z tried it, and
I think
we
hip
saw how
hop
that
is
worked out.
addictive. I think that hip hop
Is it a drug?
I really think the all parts of it, creating it, participating, watching it, you just hooked. That's why these old school shows are popping right now.
Popping, bro, popping.
Selling out.
Yeah.
This dude came up to me at the last show and he's like, I think I took a picture with his mother or something. He's like, bro, like I never seen my mother act like this.
Like, yo, you found out your mom's a groupie.
He's looking at his mother like, he's
Right.
like, you know all the words of Too Short songs. Like he learned something new about his mother.
Yo,
But a side note too, it didn't make the album, but I have a really dope song I made with Mike Epps. It's called "Me and Your Mama."
What? We're never gonna hear that,
No,
or what?
it's coming out. It didn't make the album because we made it after the album was finalized. But it's just about like.
is it gonna feel like you're talking about my mom?
It's
Is it?
the
is it gonna
song
make
is
me feel-
directed to like a 19-year-old who lives with his mama,
Yeah.
and I keep coming over there. And he's just sitting on the couch smoking his blunt. I'm like, bro, you're not involved in this. It's just me and your mama. We going to Six Flags.
Wow.
Oh
On the
man.
Six Flags.
Like she left her keys that night, and we knocking on the door. He's like, who is it? It's just me and your mama. Open the door. So it's a funny song though. Mike Epps, he's.
Can't wait to hear you. He's a funny guy, man.
I wish it would have made. It's a dope beat. I wish it would have made the album. But
My
That would've
guy,
been
my
cool to
guy.
make the album.
Shout to Oakland, right? Short all day.
we're not talking
but-
football, are we?
No, we're not talking football. Well, not yet, but we're talking about your love for Los Angeles and the importance of radio stations like Power 106 and K-Day.
Mm-hmm. Well, man, come on now. Like, start with K-Day. Like, literally, the contribution that K-Day did for hip hop to a West Coast fan was it's unparalleled. Like, just all hip hop all day, all night, way back in the day.
Right, when no one else was doing it.
No, it was the first hip hop station in the world.
Yep, shout to Greg Mack.
Right.
Yeah, Greg Mack all day. And then
My first PD, by the way, Greg Mack.
Yeah.
Up in Fresno.
and people that love 93.5, you got to know your history and go research 1580 K-Day. It was dope. And then Power comes along, and with the same kind. I don't know if you guys are affiliated with KMEL or not, but you got
No, we're not, but yeah, sure.
But that same thing you guys do, like for the community, for the artists,
Right.
and bringing those big shows, and also giving artists that platform and just having all these listeners. It's like you you can't really measure it because back when a lot of stations were like, and no rap.
Right.
You know what I mean? That was
right.
that
or
was a big
after
deal.
7 p.m. Hip hop after 7
Oh,
p.m.
you got that swing shift rap from like 4 to 8.
That's it. Exactly.
Oh.
exactly.
Take it right back off. So
Yeah.
you guys are like trailblazers as far as like just letting it blast all night, all day, and all morning.
Yeah, man, yeah. And, just pushing the product nonstop. Too Short has renamed the Raiders Too Short.
Yeah, man. So I'm
Oh man, what is this?
Raider fans.
I'm Raider Nation, silver and black to the core.
Okay.
But lately, with all the new developments, we have renamed the Raiders. They are now called the Las Vegas Draft Picks.
Why, Short?
Now.
Well, they're going to Vegas.
Yeah.
Let's say it a few times. Las Vegas Raiders. Las Vegas
Las
Raiders.
Vegas
Say it.
Raiders. Las
Somebody-
Vegas Raiders.
I was at
It
in
don't
New
match.
York.
It doesn't roll off the tongue.
I was doing Sway in the Morning in New York, and
Yeah.
and his sound guy was just messing with him. His engineer guy was messing with him. He had a Las Vegas Raider hat on.
Oh.
They're making those already?
Oh yeah,
They have merch, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I saw that. That's disrespectful. They ain't even there yet.
Yeah, so I think they should be like the Vegas Jackpots or something like that. Or something.
Vegas jackpots.
The Vegas slots or something. I don't know.
Something, yeah, slot machines. There you go. Las Vegas.
You still wearing Raider gear though, right?
Well, now we just wear silver and black. We don't really wear the logo a lot.
Why, Short?
So what you do with all your Raider gear?
I actually look at this one jacket. This is one of my favorite jackets. I look at it every day and go,
Do you
"Nah."
really?
Yeah, because I feel like Giants fans, Cowboys fans, Raider fans, it's bad for us right now. Mm-hmm. And we dug up out of a 15-year slump and came with a season. A car broke his leg. And it's like,
That was tough.
that just ended it? Like, is that it? This is over? Like, we just had one little flash, and after 14 years of suffering, you give us a little tease, and come on now.
And then they take it away.
Man, so my feelings are hurt, and then I understand what Gruden is doing. He's probably like trying to control his house.
Yeah.
And he probably got rid of the offensive star and the defensive star because they weren't on his program. But it's just looking bad right now. So, Laker fans, y'all feel my pain? It's
We
like,
feel it. That's what I was gonna say. We understand what's happening.
Oh man,
It hurts. It hurts, bro.
I feel like as the, I'm a Warrior fan, but my Laker love is like, man, Kobe, come on back and play with LeBron. Do it, man.
You think he will? I
Just
don't
stand
think
on the 3-point line and shoot.
I wanted that to happen, and then I just came to
terms?
To terms,
You
but
don't
that's
even
not
gotta
happening.
run a
You know what
lot.
I mean?
Just post up and shoot.
Yeah, just show up. Just dress up, my G. You know what I mean?
Come on, man.
I've recently allowed LeBron into my heart. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for the
It
team.
took
and for
him
the
a
season.
minute to allow LeBron to come into his heart.
Kobe fan, you
he
can
was
understand.
fighting
I'm
for
a
a
Kobe
long
fan,
time.
And the old argument over the years.
You feel me?
all that
So
stuff,
I was part of that argument. So it was tough, but I had to grow up and realize what's best for the team is
I'm a
best
big
for the
sports
team.
fan, and I think a lot of drastic changes coming in the near future in West Coast sports.
Yep.
Somebody's gonna have to be a Charger fan. Raider fans are jumping ship left and right.
Yes, they
with
are.
with their blue and yellow shirts.
Oh, man.
Jumping left and right.
Oh, for real. Facts.
Okay.
The Pimp tape. Pre-order it now. All streaming platforms. I know that you're very proud of this project. Is there a song? Is there a beat? Is there a lyric? Is there a punchline? Is there a quote from the album that you can't wait for people to process and digest?
Well, I personally, I think when you think about Too Short, you're like, oh, let me hear the next new Too Short Dirty Rap.
Right.
But I think you're gonna like the positive messages that I creeped in on a couple of songs.
We'll be a little surprised, right?
And I have a song called "Don't Shoot" with Joyner Lucas and Schoolboy Q, and it's a powerful song. We're gonna do a very powerful visual for it, and that's the kind of stuff that those songs that impact.
Sure. How many people walk up to you? Short, bitch.
I get that a lot. People just yelling bitch over like it's my name or something.
Yo, don't call Too Short a bitch.
No, that's
That's
disrespectful.
his favorite word.
The one I get the most though is man, I got my ass whooped for listening to you.
Right. Because it was
Yes.
so.
If I
it
could
was
count
so
those ass
dirty.
whoopings.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And back.
Do you ever get this one too? I'm sorry about that.
Oh,
Go
no,
ahead,
wait.
I feel like Too Short. I worked really hard to buy good speakers for my car back in the day.
Right.
And Life is Too Short stayed in rotation. I must have bought 3 or 4 of those tapes.
Let's get it.
But every time I put your shit on, it blew out my speakers, and I had to go work harder to get another new set of speakers. So I feel like you owe me at least a couple $100 for those speakers.
That's another recurring story I always hear.
Yeah.
You blew out my woofers, and basically, I think that's part of my success was we designed all of our music in the early days.
Yeah.
I'd have the engineer, we'd be mixing.
Yeah.
So when the mix is like, okay, this is the mix.
Yeah.
Then I'm over there on the kick drum. I would keep pushing it up louder, and the engineer's like, you can't go that loud. I'm like, pushing it up louder.
Yes, you can.
He's like, you can't do that. He's like, it's already mixed. I'm like, just push the bass up a little more. And the engineers at first, they were like, what are you doing? And I'm like, bro, I know what I'm doing. I'm like literally making this song for a car, for somebody with a car stereo with woofers to bump it. And a lot of people that have woofers in their car don't want to hear songs that don't have big bass.
Right.
So I'm like, you know, I was not making music for people back then had their little Walkman headphones and stuff.
Nah, it wasn't for
straight
that.
for the trunk. That's why I made a song called In the Trunk.
Yep. In the trunk and parties too. You feel me?
Yeah.
But
And
I
clubs.
got in trouble with Don't Fight the Feeling.
Really?
Did you?
What'd your mom
I
say?
did.
What'd your
My
mom say?
mom borrowed my car at the time. It was a Nissan Sentra.
Ooh, she turned it on.
And I had the
shot blasted.
cassette in there, and she put it on, and I didn't even think about it. And she came home and she said, "That shit right there."
Oh no.
And she said she pushed play and it said, say ho, yeah, you like to fuck. My mom was like, can I ask you a question?
No,
like
you
to
can't.
Make love? She was like, you listen to this, and I was like, yeah, don't give it. That's my Too Short tape.
Oh, that's my Too Short take.
Yeah, but she's cool now. But she was shocked. She's like, you know how shocked I am driving,
Right,
and I hear say ho.
And you know, she right with the
I would've
Lord
said,
too.
but
You
My
feel
mom's
me?
right with the Lord. Yes.
But she let it play though.
she heard it out. She said, let me see what my daughter's listening
Yeah.
to.
So apologize to Cece's mom.
no,
Too
you
Short. Go ahead and apologize to her mom.
Rita, be cool, Rita.
Be cool, Rita.
Be cool,
Fall
Rita.
back, Rita.
Yes. No, I did get in trouble though.
You didn't get that ass whooping though.
No, I got the whole I can't believe it.
The guilt trip.
Yeah,
I got
the
that
guilt
from my
trip.
mother.
Yeah.
I know,
Yeah, you
right?
did?
Yeah.
I got the guilt trip. My mother came to one of my shows when I was like maybe like first or second album, early days.
Yeah.
And I was getting ready to go on stage, and I saw her. So I tell everybody, I'm like, bro, you got to get my mother backstage. They're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'm not going out there. If she's out there, I'm not going. Like, I would not do the show if she saw it.
Oh my God.
For fear of like getting in trouble with your mom or like
Out of respect.
It's just out of respect.
I'm one of those kids who never cursed in front of his mother.
Oh,
I'm an
shit.
adult who never cursed in front of his mother.
I heard that. Yes.
So I'm like, she's definitely not gonna see what I do on stage. Nah.
She has to be aware of your favorite word though.
People used to like to tell on me.
What?
Miss Shaw, you know your son has a really dirty mouth. She's like, nah, you never heard him curse.
Not my baby. Not my baby.
Not my little
She stood
angel.
by that one, so you know,
That's right.
we all got in trouble for bumping Too Short.
Yeah,
right?
we did.
What's good, Leche?
Throughout your career, how many single moms' lives do you think you've changed?
What does that mean?
I mean,
He's talking about my stepdaddy history.
like strip clubs. Like, how much money have you thrown now?
Hey,
If you got a number, like at strip clubs, how much do you think you've thrown out throughout your carear? That's what I meant by single mom.
Oh,
club.
stripper, single mom.
Yeah,
Got
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
oh, I don't make it rain. I'm like a morning mist.
What?
right.
Like I'm
Just
I'm
a
drizzle.
frost.
You
Right.
just go for the food.
I'm like a chance of rain.
That's so horrible.
Light chance of showers, my God.
Oh, damn.
I never really like understood the concept of things like lap dances and making it rain. Like it doesn't make sense.
Listen, you're talking to a girl that's never been to a strip club, so I don't
It makes
know.
total
Yeah.
sense, Too
Oh, well,
Short. I
yeah,
think
this-
you're overthinking it. I think you're overthinking the strip club.
A naked girl humping on me while I got clothes on.
I'm good.
It's
Bad
no
math.
fun.
Bad math.
Doesn't
Yeah.
make sense. I know on paper it doesn't make sense, but when you're there,
Even this. Okay.
Nothing makes
So
sense.
these exotic dancers, they're all beautiful and stuff.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, let me get a dance. And then they turn around backwards and start shaking their booty. I'm like,
That's not a dance.
Turn around to the front. Let me see the beat. Bring it in.
that's why you have to go to Tijuana, where everything goes.
Hey, I lost a homie out there.
I'm very sorry for your
that.
loss.
Like, all right,
I'm
P.
sorry
Scratch
for your
that,
loss.
yes.
We went to the strip club in Tijuana.
What happened?
He never came home.
You
I
lost him.
fell in love and married a Mexican girl.
Yeah.
He showed back up like a couple days later, but he was like, I'm not leaving until my last dollar is gone.
My man.
He stayed for her. When we left the strip club. No, when we saw him again, he was like, "It was the greatest time of my life ever."
He was happy.
That was like 15 years ago. He still talks about it.
Okay, what's the thing? Okay, because I never been to a strip club before.
I tried.
He's trying to take me, and I'm good. Like I don't need to.
Like
I'm good.
8
It's
years
not
ago.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think was it you or somebody else? You guys are all. Everybody talks about the chicken wings.
Oh yeah, the wings at the Rhino are fire.
Yeah, that's what everybody was.
They were fire.
I always hear about the food.
Yeah, like
Chicken wings and strippers. That's a match made in heaven.
why not, man?
You go to Georgia, go to Atlanta, and it's like you
it's
get a real meal at the strip club. They like rice and vegetables.
Lobster,
and
yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Kobe
little
beef.
steak dinner.
Just too out of line.
So I like strip clubs. I just personally don't. I've never competed with the
Making it rain.
stack of money. My budget is like, I'm not a cheapskate where I'm coming there and they're like, oh, he never spends money. So I go and I spend like $300, $400, $500 maybe, including drinks.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's good.
I mean,
that's
that's-
moderate.
that's decent.
Perfect.
And that's all I do. I do decent.
The first time I tried breast milk was at a Mexican strip club.
What?
Okay, I got a good question for you.
Go ahead.
When was the last time you tried it?
After my son was born with my wife,
Oh my God, Diana!
she told me to squeeze it, and it just shot straight into my mouth.
Oh my God!
What am I gonna do? You know?
If for real, so it was breast milk in Tijuana?
Yeah, because she was giving me a lap dance, and she put my hands on, and she told me to squeeze, so I squeezed it.
Oh my God!
And of course, my mouth was open because I'm like, and boom.
I've seen all kind of stuff in strip clubs. I seen a titty go flat.
See the titty
Shut
go
up! Are you
flat.
serious?
Yeah,
She was like, ah! She's crying, holding her titty, and somebody like, her what's in there? A bag?
Yeah,
They
like
said the bag burst,
Oh
Yo,
my
she could
God.
die from that.
and you could
Right.
see it. Literally, it was flat.
Oh,
No,
that's nasty.
no,
That's
no.
nasty.
And it's not like a car where you have a donut, you know what I mean, where you can just boom. It's not that,
no,
my
it's
G.
not. I get it.
You got to run out.
Oh, it's
The pimp
fun.
tape.
Yeah, strippers could change your life too.
Yeah, they can.
They save marriages too.
Have you ever paid for breast implants?
I've never paid for any surgeries, cosmetic surgeries for anybody, myself or anybody, never.
Why
Have you
not?
been asked?
Was that a rule for you?
Have you been asked from girls?
Girls ask me all kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm not raised in the, trick or treat. Not every day ain't Halloween with me.
Right.
No, I just feel like if you want those, I personally think that God is a great designer.
Yes, he is.
So for you to say I'm gonna make His work better is the audacity of that. Come on now.
How dare you?
But I feel like if you're gonna do it, you should do that to yourself. You shouldn't.
Right.
Hey, can you buy me new titties? Like, come on now.
Don't ask either. Like, come on. Let somebody
Can
offer.
you buy me a new ass?
Yo, I had a homie who paid for his ex's titties.
then somebody else enjoyed them.
Yep.
Yeah.
He never saw him. He
Yeah.
never got to see him. Somebody else saw him.
As soon as you put them big kahungas on her,
She gone.
everything changes.
Everything changes. She's ghost, my G. The pimp tape, Too Short. Congratulations, bro. Thank you very much,
Album
man. I
number
appreciate it.
two,
Yes.
for sure.
Let's get it, man.
Come
Cruise Show,
on.
Power 106, #1 for hip hop. The pimp tape.